later. Exactly. So,
Exit entrance.
that's why I say the rise.
In all Hitler's mechanized forces are racing toward Paris as French resistance collapses.
The Battle of John, Battle of Britain is about to begin. Now one army unites the whole. To wage war until the victory is won. We can go on to the end. We shall fight in France. We shall fight on the seas and oceans. We shall fight with growing confidence and growing strength in the air. We shall never surrender.
All of this is scary. Even though, I mean, my mom was, the dad was born, but I wasn't even thought of it when this happened. Yeah, my grandparents, like you said, were grown. They were adults. But it's scary. The surface.
Your boys are not going to be sent into any despite the propaganda and confusion of recent months. It is now obvious that England is losing war. With your confidence in us, give us your faith and your praise. Give us the time, and we will be the job. Well, now, respect. When it was to find the very bad, every country unbuilt. We must turn our minds and our faith back to our own weakness before it is too late. The task of defeating Hitler may be long and hard. For a few people and Nazi sympathizers who say it cannot be done. The doctrine that we must do wars in Europe in order to defend America will be fatal to all nations. Some country is going to be the arm of the Muslims. We look forward to a good process from war and sex to freedom. The freedom of speech and expression. The freedom of every with God, grace, everywhere in the world. The freedom from jail. All of the world, those who go to struggle to please God Christ and keep us all free in our unity of purpose.
Now, you know I gotta come back so I can do this whole thing. But I told John about it, but he said he's sick.
There's so much to even comprehend.
It is, this is, that's why I said this is mind washing. This is mind right now.
That the Secretary of State has been reported in Manila. We have just concluded that God is in heaven.
The Japanese overrun American and Allied territories across the Pacific.
Yeah, you know what?
America
If I could go back in time, I probably wouldn't be in that, because I love I'm trying to do it more here. I don't know what shit's Two people because they get all they you know, friends and stuff, and they can lie. When the veterans die, they go to their homes and try to
On the other side of the wall, things look equally dire. Germany has conquered most of Europe. Their U-boats dominate the Atlantic, sinking one helpless American merchant marine ship after another. The confident Germans even dare to stalk us in the Gulf of Mexico, hunt us off the coast of North Carolina, and chase us amidst the shadows of New York City. Until, by mid-1942, they had destroyed 500 of our ships. The situation is desperate. the United States is in danger of losing the war. A war America is ill prepared to fight. What Americans do have, however, is resolve.
No matter how long it may take us to overcome this premeditated invasion, the American people in their righteous fight will win through to national victory.
Germany is advancing across Europe, while Japan expands its powers over vast stretches of Asia, with its eyes on the Pacific. Now, the United States stays out of the war, but imposes an oil embargo and freezes Japanese assets to cripple their war-making ability. To project strength, the year before, President Roosevelt moved the Pacific Fleet from San Diego to Hawaii, 2,000 miles closer to Japan. For the young American sailors, the war in Asia feels far away. They enjoy island life. In Washington, tensions mount as Japanese and American diplomats attempt a peace agreement. The Japanese military, however, has little interest in negotiating peace on this seemingly quiet Sunday morning.
I saw men all blown up, men with no legs on, men burned to death, men drowned in oil.
Two waves of Japanese planes attack American military installations at Pearl Harbor. In just 90 minutes, they sink or damage 21 ships and destroy 347 planes. Nearly 2,400 Americans are dead. Almost 1,200 wounded. the United States Pacific Fleet is decimated.
December 7, 1941, a date which will live in infamy. The United States of America was suddenly and deliberately attacked by naval and air forces of the Empire of Japan. I ask that the Congress declare that since the unprovoked and dastardly attack by Japan on Sunday, December 7, 1941, a state of war has existed between the United States and the Japanese Empire.
Days later, Germany and Italy joined Japan by declaring war on the United States. The president's speech unites a previously divided nation, but the news only gets worse as Japan begins attack after attack in an attempt to dominate the Pacific.
And just now comes the word that a second air attack has been reported in Manila.
We have just received word here that Guam is in trouble.
The Japanese overrun American and Allied territories across the Pacific. Americans are terrified. Fear spreads. Japanese spies are presumed to be everywhere. New attacks imminent.
On the night, an identified planes were over Los Angeles, and the planes have been sent aloft to determine if they were enemy aircraft.
Just 8 weeks after the attack at Pearl Harbor, a panicked nation rounds up its Japanese-American citizens and ships them off to internment camps. Japan continues its assaults in the Pacific as Americans tune in to follow the fate of their troops. The news from the Philippines isn't good.
They're not there yet. We are waiting for God only knows what.
A month later, the entire Philippines is lost.
Damage, terrific. Too much for God to take. The white flag is up.
The Japanese forced the surviving Americans and Filipinos on a brutal 5-day, 65-mile march. Thousands of POWs perish at the hands of their cruel captors during what becomes known as the Bataan Death March. On the other side of the world, things look equally dire. Germany has conquered most of Europe. Their U-boats dominate the Atlantic, sinking one helpless American merchant marine ship after another. The confident Germans even dare to stalk us in the Gulf of Mexico, hunt us off the coast of North Carolina, and chase us amidst the shadows of New York City. Until, by mid-1942, they had destroyed 500 of our ships. The situation is desperate. The United States
We must be the great cause of democracy. As President of the United States, I call for that.
With our country in peril, the women of America rallied to the support of their men. And here, in this almost the last great industry we thought could be handled only by men, these mothers, wives, and
Interesting to see newspaper.
seem to send
Almost a thing of the
in
past.
almost every
Had
capacity.
Life magazine, business magazine, Life and Time.
I remember that.
They had Pride, I mean, it's very short.
So I have
ready today. Well, I was surprised that suddenly. Well, I'll tell you, I didn't want him to go to war, like everyone else would like to keep out. How do you feel now that it's been healthy up?
Yes, the American people are determined that nothing else
I think it's we not being
Americans know that the sacrifices they're making on the home front are small compared to the sacrifices on your car.
Now, get the garden plot lined up, get the advice of a garden expert if needed, and be prepared to grow your own for victory.
Hollywood's most famous movie stars leave the film capital to help the government sell war bonds. Irene Dunn, Ronald Colman, Eddie Lamar, Greer Garson, all part of a contingent of some 50 screen celebrities giving their time and talents to aid the national war effort.
White people.
The country has asked the people to invest $1 billion in 1 month to help pay for the war.
Remember, folks, put your $20 beside your fighting men and save for victory. 5, 4, 6, they are ready to start. I'll take my son, we'll be anxious to win you. What do you think of this thing? Don't worry about it today. And we'll keep you on
The greatest double cross in history. Jack Plains without warning. Great war in America. Our battle
White picket fence. Damn, that's sick. An icebox.
Good evening, Mr. and Mrs. North America, and all the ships at sea. This is Joe Leo Paris,
Washboard.
representing the Navy Reef Society, and also the preview New England Championship fight. Please, heavyweight champion Joe Lewis and Buddy Bay.
Girl Scout hat. I had one of those.
also be served in John. Medal of Honor recipients in Country Herrera, but their sacrifice matters little on the streets of Los Angeles, where tensions between young Hispanic men and white servicemen explode into violence. Following the attack on Pearl Harbor, a wave of fear and racism sweeps away the constitutional rights of Japanese Americans on the West Coast, as citizens are locked up in internment camps.
Two-thirds of the evacuees are American citizens by right of birth.
Despite this disgrace, 33,000 Japanese American men and women served and sacrificed, even while many have families imprisoned in camps. Japanese Americans face
Here we come. Here I come.
forces. Still, 442nd Regimental Combat Team, comprised entirely of Americans of Japanese descent, becomes the most decorated unit in the war. No ethnic group enlists at a higher rate than Americans. Although many live segregated on reservations, they are committed to serve alongside white soldiers, and many are celebrated as heroes. African Americans are forced to serve in the 70s. In 1943, the internees were asked to enlist in the armed forces. Many did.
Someone said yes, you'll fight for America. And others said, I'll do it, but you have to give my rights back. My parents will say they can't. This was our country, too. We were born and raised here. We're going to fight for it. You know, this is our country. We are all Americans. But as our true brothers, but I am an American.
Oh Lord, do I remember this? For me. Women in service. Nurses, Marine Corps Reserve, Coast Guard Reserve, Navy Nurse Corps, Women Air Force. says. Okay.
The railroads deliver the arsenic from the factories across America safely to its ports. But now comes another challenge. Can we deliver the goods to our troops and craft young battlefields?
Piece the headers on your back.
Lines across the Atlantic. 10,000 American hospitals, including 30,000. Most childbirths will be
Okay. Oh well. Battery's dead. I filmed all of that.
I'm like, yeah.
I swear.
There she go.
Oh, really? Sorry. I was talking to my husband. He was like, I'm glad you saw her on TV. I was like, how are you? Are you in cluster 3? Yeah, I'm sorry. Oh, you're good. Are you?
Here's my honesty, my work undressed, legs stretched across piano, trade like cattle, break like animal, left for dead, sub-drive for inspiration, and love with the idea of living long enough to simply write about it, pushing out my body and watch my son slowly go into it. You said you wanted to home. Now what you gonna do?
And that's the thing I used to not still.
Okay, you ready?
In a night.
And you said Dookie Chase? That's
It's
a
the
name?
name of the restaurant, Dookie Chase. Here's, look, there it is. There's,
Oh,
and
that's a
Miss-
menu.
That's Miss Leah's, her,
Jacket.
jacket.
And where was her restaurant at?
In New Orleans.
New Orleans.
We gotta go in October. She got sick. She was standing at that stove.
I heard.
Light, bright, and damn near white.
All of us in different colors.
Come on out that street, boy. There's no cutting from this $2 boy. What you been doing with yourself, boy? Why don't you go to work and get a job? Wait, get a job? I worked 5 years in a row when I was in the joint. Pressing license plate. Where you going to get a job? I'm just pressing license plate. You know what your trouble is, boy? You got a white folks contract. You don't know how to deal with white men. I know how to deal with it. That's why I'm in the position I'm in today.
He was so silly.
I know.
A fellow said this, that Tilly says, what's the difference between being poor and poverty? I said, well, being poor means you can't afford a TV set. And poverty means if you could afford a television set, you wouldn't have no electricity to plug it into. And speaking about television, last week I bought a color TV set and nobody on it looks like me. We can see that the Russians were first in something. They had the first capsule to go off the earth. Remember, it was called Sputnik. Then they hit the moon with one. They called it Sputnik. We're going to send up one with 2 men and 2 women. We'll call it Picnic. Now, the postal inspector comes down the aisle, but look at that man over there sorting that mail. He said, I've been here for 29 years, and I've never seen a man handle mail the way that man's handling that mail. He said, I would go over and give him a raise. But he walked over to him in the head, but the guy said, yes. He said, how long have you been here? He said, oh, I started this morning. He said, you what? He said, I started this morning. He said, I've been here for a million years. I've never seen nobody handle mail the way you handling that mail. He said, oh, I'd be a whole lot better if I could read. I don't know anything about you. You're going to kill my teeth. When I walk out of the doctor, just afternoon, you know, with my taxi case. I have to stand there in the corner and say, "Taxi, I'm not going to Harlem." I didn't take it. I didn't go to March on Washington. I don't have an X in my entire name, and I use an electric razor. I was in Chicago, and I heard on television all the lights was on New York, and I fell on my knees and I prayed. And please, God, let Governor Wallace be in New York tonight. Trapped on an elevator with 17 black mothers. The neighbors would come by and speak to me. What are you going to do, bro? They said, "Good stuff, man. You got to cut that out. You know there isn't any America. You know the world is square. It ain't so often." At 35, when he got out of grammar, the arranged an audience to sleep, lean Isabel. Isabel Johnson. She asked him about the America Project. He said, "If I don't cover America, it's not going to be a Benjamin Franklin. Or a Star Spangled Banner, land of the free, home and brave, and no race off." Queen heard it back.
Hey, Tom! You don't have me, Tom!
Children's always asking, "Mom, what is it like?" Just bags on old man. I say, "Honey, the best way I can explain it, it's like pushing a Cadillac up a steep hill with a rope." Now, my friends, look all around the room.
We didn't come on the Nina, the Pippin, and the whatchamacallit. We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
You got a dream, you got to protect it. People can't do something themselves. They want to tell you you can't do it. You want something, go get it. Period.
Take off the vaccine. Put on man James. In his own time. Put on man Jamal. The curse of the pharaohs are a whole example of what like plantation class.
Let's get on with it.
What's my baby want? I want to be white. I gotta know. Look at me. Am I not white? Isn't that a white girl, man? I am like you am.
Off for life, white man. Off for life, you hear? Oh, boss, you know. You forget me?
Yeah, I can carry that to this. Don't have to worry about no job there, because I know a lot of white folks work. You go on now, getting out the school, maybe tomorrow night.
Now you come on and give it in pamphlets, Kendi. Come on. Now you put yourself in that strong line so before I come back and search myself. I'm like to keep pictures in the Bible.
Go ahead, man. Still on this, Robert. Well, thanks to you. You still sore? I should have done something for you, man. I like being childish treat. It's a little something sweet and fast. Look, Miss Roberts. Mine or anybody else's?
It's not remarkable. It's a thing been happening to me all my life. And just now, it's the first time I ever heard it put into words. I guess that's the way it is when you know it.
We're glad to get ready. I call you down the rivers and crossings. The hell up to heaven. Why'd you ask?
Broken medicine I'm 35 years old. I'm married 11 years, and I got a boy who's got to sleep in the living room because I live with the bitch. Not gonna give him a start, see, on how rich life is, right? And these things. Damn all he is.
Are you the black one?
Well, I'm black and I'm hoping to answer him straight. Hey, look, man, I ain't invited no raise. I ain't even nobody. My mama told me Mr. Lincoln down there. Ain't that why you shot him?
You're fat. Oh, relax, babe. I love you. If you don't do that, I quit home too.
Ain't not this time. Be honest, baby. Stay concerned. I love you.
Is it really wrong?
Yes. It could be your relative, or your sister, or your children. I want justice for all of them.
Morning, officers. Join the second team.
For the first team, I'm not gonna call for a banana to scale. You're not gonna fall with bananas and tailpipe?
She's doing nothing. She'll blow out.
Good man. I bought a little banana in my tailpipe.
But I can't.
Okay. Okay.